What's up, guys? I'm back with another Neil's Holidays, and I know this one is a day late. We are celebrating Cinco de Mayo, and I know I'm always late, and at this point, you guys know I'm late, okay? Everyone just knows I'm late, okay? I'm a day late on this one, but that's no biggie. I was actually very busy the day before, so I was actually very busy on Cinco de Mayo, so I guess I wasn't really celebrating it. I was just not celebrating. I was very busy. You guys get the point. I was very busy, so I actually do have an excuse for that one, and if I was even able to get a video up, it probably would have been at like 10 p.m., guys. So I'm very sorry about that, but without further ado, guys, let's get into the Cinco de Mayo video. Okay, so first thing, guys, we need to find out, like, what is Cinco de Mayo? I mean, that's how every Neil's Holiday goes. I don't know why I keep explaining myself here, but, you know, it's for the new viewers, guys, okay? Okay, look, it's already right there. I was about to say, that's actually how I was going to spell it. I was going to say, if I spell it wrong, don't laugh at me. Thursday, May 5th. Okay, well, I guess we have to type in what is. What is Cinco de Mayo? How is there no explanation? Okay, here. It's on the History Channel, so this should be, like, believable. It's on the History Channel. Cinco de Mayo, or the 5th of May, is a holiday that celebrates the date of the Mexican Army's May 5th, 1862 victory over France at the Battle of Puebla during the... Bear with me, guys. This is the worst holiday for pronouncing stuff for me. There's a lot of stuff in this video I couldn't pronounce very well, and this city kept coming up. My last guess on how to pronounce it is Puebla. I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. I'm going to assume that's it. But just bear with me. There's a lot of things I can't pronounce. And there's a lot of things I can pronounce. So, without further ado, let's keep going. Franco-Mexican War. The day, which falls on Thursday, May 5th in 2022, is also known as the Battle of Puebla Day. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Anyways, let's keep going. While it is relatively a minor holiday in Mexico, in the United States, Cinco de Mayo has evolved into a commemoration of Mexican culture and heritage, particularly in areas with large Mexican-American populations. So, guys, I actually already did think this before, that this was not mainly necessarily a thing in Mexico, but mainly like a big thing in the United States, which I don't understand that. I'm not trying to sound rude by saying this or anything, but, like, why are we celebrating this up here if it's basically celebrating Mexico's victory in a war? I mean, that's basically what it seems like. So, I mean, that's literally what it says right there. It's celebrating a victory of the Mexican War. And I don't know why we celebrate it up in America. I'm not exactly too sure about that. And I'm not trying to sound rude. I'm just genuinely confused why we celebrate up here. But I actually have heard that we typically celebrate up here more than, like, Mexicans down in Mexico celebrate it. I'm gonna look up, like, what countries mainly celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Oh, it's right there. Cinco de Mayo. Events tied to Cinco de Mayo also occur outside Mexican and United States. As in the United States, celebrations elsewhere also emphasize Mexican cuisine, culture, and music. So I guess we celebrate still in the United States. There's no people also ask section. I'm, like, really getting mad here. There's no people also ask section. I'm trying to find one, guys. I'm really getting sad. There's just nothing. There's no people also ask section. Frick. What do people do to Cinco de Mayo? Today, revealers mark the occasion with parades, parties, music, Mexican folk dancing, and traditional food such as taco and... So, guys, somehow we just end up right back onto the same website. We literally just made a full loop. But anyway, Cinco de Mayo is not a Mexican Independence Day. A popular misconception instead commemorates a single battle in 1861. Benito Juarez, a lawyer and a member of the indigenous Zapotec tribe and elected president of Mexico at the time. The country was in a financial ruin after years of international strife and the new president was forced to default on debt payments to European governments. In response, France, Britain, and Spain sent naval forces to Veracruz, Mexico, demanding repayment. Britain and Spain negotiated with Mexico and withdrew their forces. Of course, it's during editing when I have all these other ways to pronounce these words. I'm going to say that one is Veracruz, the city. I'm going to guess that's a pretty good guess on it. France, however, ruled by Napoleon III, decided to use the opportunity to carve out an empire. Just stop making fun of me already. It's Napoleon III, okay? Whatever. Okay, Napoleon III. I know how to pronounce it now. And honestly, when I watched this back, guys, I didn't see all these other words. I'm like, oh, it's probably pronounced like this. So I did not look up how to pronounce that. I'm just assuming it's Napoleon III now. From Mexican territory. Late 1861, a well-armed French fleet stormed Veracruz, landing on a large force of troops and driving President Juarez and his government into retreat. So here's the actual battle here, guys. Certain that success would come swiftly, 6,000 French troops under General Charles Latreille and Lorraines set out to attack Puebla de Los Angeles, a small town in east central Mexico. From his new headquarters in the north, Juarez rounded up a redagged forces of 2,000 loyal men, many of them either indigenous Mexicans or mixed ancestry, and sent them to Puebla. The vastly outnumbered and poorly supplied Mexicans, led by Texas-born General Ingaga, I cannot pronounce. This is really bad right now, guys. There's the name. Fortified the town and prepared for the French assault on May 5th, 1862. Loris gathered his army, supported by a heavy artillery, before the city Puebla led the assault. So I guess from there, guys, basically Mexico ended up winning the war. They were in debts, and then, European powers went over there and tried to get their payment. And I guess the French went over there to attack them, I'm assuming, to try to take over Mexico, and they had 6,000 troops, and Mexico actually fought back and ended up winning. And I'm assuming that's how this Cinco de Mayo came about, is because they're celebrating the French war that they won against the French. Cinco de Mayo facts. Cinco de Mayo facts. Oh, finally, the people also ask section. Oh my gosh. I miss this thing. I've never seen it just not pop up like that. That was sad. What are 5 facts about Cinco de Mayo? Click. Cinco de Mayo isn't Mexicans' Independence Day. I think a lot of people think that, but it's not actually. It's just celebrating the war. The Mexican army beat crazy odds. The general was honored in a super special way. Families in California partied first. FDR helped commercialize Cinco de Mayo. And if you don't know who FDR is, it was a U.S. president. Mexico celebrates the military on May 5th. It's all about the mole sauce. What kind of food is eaten on Cinco de Mayo? I'm interested to see that. I'm not a big fan of Mexican food, I'm not gonna lie. Like, literally all I eat out of Mexican food is a quesadilla. A cheese quesadilla. Literally probably the most plain thing there is. But I know a lot of people do actually like Mexican food. Again, I'm just really picky. I'm just really picky. So here's 11 foods. Mole, I've actually never heard of that. I have no clue how to pronounce this. Chilaquiles. If I pronounce that completely wrong, I'm sorry, guys. It's a breakfast food. Tamales, I know how to pronounce that. Carnitas. Barbaca. Fish tacos. Horchata. Mexican sweet corn. Pozole. Margaritas. I do not support that, guys. I'm not supporting alcohols here, so let's just pass over that. Guacamole. And that is it, guys. So guacamole, I know a lot of people like guacamole. I actually have had guacamole before because I wanted to know like what was the obsession over this. So I actually did have it, and it wasn't like the worst thing in the world, but I didn't personally like it. Like I said, the only thing I eat out of Mexican food is just quesadilla. So guys, that's 11 things you can eat on Cinco de Mayo. What are some traditions of Cinco de Mayo? Click. Traditions for Cinco de Mayo. In Mexico, the majority of Cinco de Mayo celebrations occur in the city. You guys know what I'm saying here. Where the battle had taken place. People dress up as either the French or Mexican soldiers or in a colorful outfits and to participate in large parades. So I guess typically it happens in that city. I want to know where that is real quick. So let me just highlight that. Copy. Alright guys, so I'm currently on a map here. So guys, basically, okay, so here's the United States. Here's Mexico. We go down, down, down. This is where the war took place. It was down in this area. Right here. This is where the war took place. And this is typically also where it's celebrated. And I actually, guys, while we're on this map, I've actually been to Mexico before. And sadly, I didn't film it because, well, this was like kind of before I really did YouTube consistently. But actually where I went to Mexico was over by this area. So we got down to the Cancun airport, and then I think we were like down by this way. But I know we were on this Yucatan Peninsula. So here's the last thing we will read, guys. How did Mexico win the Battle of Puebla? I guess that's how it's pronounced. I might be completely wrong. I have no clue. The battle ended in a victory by the Mexican army over the French expeditionary force. The French eventually overran the Mexicans in subsequent battles, but the Mexican victory at Puebla against the better equipped force provided a patriotic boost to the Mexicans. Well, I hope you all enjoyed, guys, and this Cinco de... Basically, what we learned in today's video, Cinco de Mayo is not an Independence Day. It was a war over the battle of that city, Puebla. I cannot pronounce Mexican words. I can't do it. That's another thing we learned in today's video. I cannot pronounce words at all. Like, at all. Like, this was probably the worst video for it. So, yeah. So, bear with me, guys, with these Neil's holidays. There's always a word I can never pronounce. Every single one. I think we're on a streak, actually, of every single one. There's been a word that I've not been able to pronounce. And it just keeps happening. It's just a streak at this point. And I expect it to never end. But without further ado, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.